calling the game for the Carolina Panthers fans on the Panthers radio network in his 10th year doing play-by-play for that is Mick Mixon. Good to see you, sir.
Good to see you, Richard.
How are you?
Good. How's Susie? How's the family?
Wow. My wife is doing great. Thank
Good.
you. How is your family doing?
Oh, everybody's doing great. Who do I talk to about our DirecTV bill, though?
Me. And then I will pass that along.
No, DirecTV is great. We love it, and it seems like it's been a good move for you. I guess June of '03, you made the jump, and
yeah,
it looks like
to the network. We're turning 11 years old on Tuesday.
No way. God,
yeah.
That is unreal. Well, you're the face of the NFL. How does it feel to be in this gig?
I didn't know you're the Q and now I'm the A. This is fantastic.
Exactly.
I like that. Oh, it's great. I mean, seriously, this has been a dream come true. This is, I think, the 9th year we've been doing Thursday night football games. Been coming here a few times. We've had some interesting ones in Carolina. You know, last year we saw Cam take care of business against the Bucks, and things have been different around these parts the last couple of years, have they not?
Really have, yeah. And everybody says you're a good guy, so it's good to be on your show. Thank
you.
For reaching
I appreciate
out.
that.
And here in the South, you know, we love Southern hospitality. We'll share the sweet tea, the deviled eggs, the barbecue, the fried chicken, but
sure.
We need to be less hospitable here at Bank of America Stadium, Rich. And you know, our defense has been to heck and back. The Panthers, there for a while, were striking confidence in the hearts of opposing QBs. A little better performance last week against the Seattle Seahawks. For a while, it seemed as though our D tackles had enrolled in the Federal Witness Protection Program. But the push they got last week was much, much better. So I think Coach Ron Rivera wants to see that intensity, that same kind of pluck to have a chance tonight against New Orleans.
And the offensive line is in a shambles right now, injury-wise. There's a Canadian Football League 5th overall draft choice who's going to be protecting Cam's blind side tonight, correct?
That is true. Ryan Khalil is he gives the protections. Cam will call the play and the snap count, and then our center Ryan Khalil will give the protections. And there's a rumor going around that he's doing that in French now, just to make sure everybody's singing out the same hymnal.
He's a man of arts and letters. I think he could be able to handle the multilingual thing.
He is. He would have fit in at Northwestern. He's a Southern Cal guy,
yes.
And maybe making movies someday. But no, it has really been crazy. And to your point, not only has Fuco had to come in as a backup to the backups, but he's also had to change sides of the center. He's played left tackle some, he's played right tackle some to add to the complexities up front.
So what do you think happens this evening with the offensive line so makeshift? Obviously, Cam can help things out by being his escapable self. Do they rely more on Cam's feet to try and help things out as opposed to dropping back and maybe going up top to Kelvin Benjamin a few times? What do you think is going to happen tonight, Mick?
Now, I think Cam's juice has come back, Rich. The legs, you know, his wheels, his ability to be twitchy and dart around and prolong the play, it came back. He didn't have it early in the season because I don't really think he trusted it. You know, the surgically retreaded ankle and then the rib in the New England game of the preseason, and whether you're an insurance adjuster or an NFL football player, that rib is about a 6-week injury. So, but he's back now, and I think to your question, the Panthers probably will do some of that, but I don't think necessarily by design. I think Carolina, with D'Angelo Williams coming back, wants to try to get back to who they are. You know, the Panthers have been, I was telling a buddy of mine the other day, we've been like the Frank Caliendo of the NFC South. You know, we're sort of trying to find our voice. You know, we've been imitating a football team, imitating a running team, imitating a passing team,
right.
But we're trying to really find some identity, and I think that identity is run, get the defense wadded up to stop that, and then have Cam Newton take some shots over there.
Well, and that was the formula for a 12-win season last year. And tonight you get Stewart and D'Angelo Williams back in the same backfield for the first time since week 1. That's right.
Right. We've gone from double trouble to big trouble, and then for a week or two in trouble.
Nice.
But now back to double trouble again. And you know, how do you think D'Angelo's going to play? Because you could argue that he'll come back with fresh legs, ready to go, dieseled up, have a great game, or you could also argue, and I'd be interested to see if you ask Mike Mayock about this later on. But you know, he could have some ring rust as well. So I guess we'll see.
So how good is Kelvin Benjamin been? Because he, you know, statistically we see it. Kevin Durant is tweeting about him, calling him a video game, essentially. And when Steve Smith left, and we were all wondering, sitting on draft day, saying they got to get somebody. Yeah. It was a no-brainer to get Benjamin, and he has been as advertised, it appears. Would you agree?
Oh, definitely that. When you're a rookie, you don't know, as the old saying goes, Rich, you don't know what you don't know. And so
Sure.
to Kelvin Benjamin's personality, the first team flight, he sits in Greg Olson's seat. And then Cam's saying, hey, bro, you can't sit there. That's Greg Olson's seat. And after some discussion, Benjamin decides that the next best looking seat is the one next to Cam in the row of two on the exit row.
Right.
And so, I don't think Cam really wanted that either. But the two of them, it's worked out great because the two of them have been buddies, kind of big brother, little brother. And Mayock's catchphrase that is caught all over the country, catch radius. We've used that a couple of times on the air so that we sound as if we're well informed, even though we're probably staying just ahead of the clicking jaws of ill preparedness. But he's got a huge wingspan, big hands, catches most everything. And he seems to have that ability that the great ones have of when he does plumber one, he'll come back and make a spectacular catch on the very next one.
I like that. So, I mean, because we're talking about how the Ravens are getting that spark that they missed when Bolden left to San Francisco because of Steve Smith Sr. being there. What do they miss him here? Do you think?
Do we miss who?
Steve Smith.
Oh, Steve Smith. That was a joke. Don't
like
tweet
that.
that or anything. I'm just a radio guy.
No, you have your boots on the ground here, Mick.
No.
I mean, do you think the team misses Steve Smith in any
Well,
way?
there's no way. Seriously, there's no way to. He takes with him this not just a competitive edge, but a combative edge. That there's no way to replace that. I don't know of any other player in the NFL that you could replace that with. But as far as his catches, blocking, how he plays without the football, the receiving core really hasn't been that much of a problem. Everyone thought it was going to be, but in Jericho Cotchery and Jason Avant, these guys are pros, elegant runners of routes, natural catchers of the ball, good locker room forces. I think Brenton Burson's going to be a star. Brenton Burson, think Riley Cooper's maybe kid brother. This is Brenton Burson. And then, of course, with Kelvin Benjamin and Greg Olson, what they've added. So, yeah, we miss Smitty. We miss that indomitable spirit that he's known for. But I think from a football standpoint, it's worked out okay.
What happened here, though? I mean, because clearly Steve Smith has game left. I mean, did it look to anybody around here that he didn't have any game left at the end of the year? Or was there something going on behind the scenes that they just felt was too untenable to keep going here?
No, it was all very tenable. I think, and I'm not the GM, but I think that it was a football decision. It was probably money, salary cap, trying to get some cap room, and I think a lot of GMs believe that unless you're getting younger and cheaper and faster every year, then other teams are going to pass you like you're tied to a tree stump.
Did Cam and Steve get along as far as you knew?
Oh yeah, got along very well. Yeah, Smitty, Smitty was great. I mean, I could tell you stories if we had time. I won't bore your show with it, but emceeing things with him on the banquet circuit, how he has that heart for kids and a doting parent and husband himself.
Yes.
And just a fantastic guy. I don't do predictions, but I do feel comfortable saying that someday Smitty will come back here and either play a season or two or just come back and sign a 10-day contract and retire as one of the Panthers' all-time favorite sons.
Because I hope so. Because right now Aaron Rivera didn't call him. They're texting, apologies that you're sorry you're gone. And, nothing ended messier than Favre in Green Bay. And he's even returning to get his number retired there. So I understand that. But you do believe that there'll be some sort of rapprochement when it's all said and done? Oh,
absolutely. Yeah, I'd be shocked. I mean, the stadium facade that's up above us right now, I bet you it wouldn't surprise me to see Steve Smith and that number 89 memorialized up there one day soon.
So what do you think happens tonight in the minute I have with you left? What do you
think? I think it's a tough matchup for the Panthers. I think running the ball is going to be key, trying to handle that 3-4, all the confusion that the Saints can bring. And then, it seems like New Orleans has figured stuff out. I don't know what it is about Carolina that seems to be medicinal for the New Orleans Saints, but I think for the Panthers to try to get up into Drew Brees' grill and at least make him aware that there's 11 guys on the field playing hard defense as well. That'll be key tonight.
And part of your broadcast team is Jordan Gross, correct?
It is Jordan Gross. Yeah, the broadcast team, we may not have gotten better, but we definitely got more athletic in the offseason with the addition of him.
But what does he do for this team?
He's a sideline reporter.
No kidding.
Yeah. And what you have is, it's so weird because he's got the traction because he just retired from the team.
Yeah.
So we got kickers, O-linemen, instead of coming to their coaches, they're coming over to our sideline reporter saying, oh, Jordan, what are you seeing out there? What are we going to do against this twist stunt? It's been phenomenal radio.
And he called me like last year saying, tell me about this podcast thing, because he was doing it for for the Panthers website last year, and it's great to see that he's part of the paparazzi now because he seems to be a natural for that.
He is good, really good. Don't hire him, by the way, because we need him around here for a while.
Okay.
But he asked me for your number, and I said, well, you're going to have to go through Rich's people.
Good to see you.
Good seeing you, brother.
Have a good cast tonight.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.